And next on the program, we need to talk about an extraordinary new movie, which you'll have heard a lot about already. The movie is Parasite. It's directed by Bong Joon-Ho. I'm delighted to say he's with us. Director Bong, hello, how are you?
Hi, hello. I'm very happy to be here.
Very nice to see you. Are you excited every day about this film? Because there is something that you've done with Parasite which has really struck I should say, by the way, if you hear another voice, Sharon Choi is with us, who is Director Bong's translator. But you've clearly done something. You've hit a nerve with this film. What is that nerve, do you think?
모르겠어요. 뭐 평소 하던 대로 영화 찍은 건데 완성된 후에 아주 많은 일들이 벌어지고 있고 지금 여기 BBC까지 와 있네요. 그냥 다 낯선 일들이 막 낯설지만 좋은 일들이 터지고 있어요.
So I'm not exactly sure. I shot this film as I've always done with my former projects, but so many new things have happened since the film has been completed. I'm here at the BBC now, and these are all first experiences for me, but they've been great.
Well, it's certainly great to have you with us. And I know that the best way to see Parasite is to know nothing about it. However, that's a problem for an interview like this because we need to tell people something about Parasite. So what can you tell us which won't spoil the film?
일단 가난한 가족과 부자 가족 두 가족이 나와서 두 가족이 아주 기묘하게 얽히는 이야기다라는 점. 그리고 영화가 시작할 때 그 가난한 집의 아들이 부잣집에 과외 선생으로 들어가면서 벌어지는 일이다. 이런 건 뭐 명확히 얘기할 수 있을 것 같아요.
So it's a story about two families, one rich and one poor, and the uncanny ways in which they intertwine. The story begins with the son from the poor family entering the rich family's house to work for them as a tutor.
So at the heart of this film, obviously, I mean, it's a number of different levels. What can you tell us about these two families? So you've told us about one of the boys from the poor family. He goes to work for the rich family. So we have the Kims and the Parks. Can you tell us maybe about where they live? Because their houses are very striking. The sub-basement and the modernist architect's house. Can you describe maybe the families and where they live?
그 집이 일단 그 세마이 베이스먼트라고도 할 수 있는데 반지하. 한국에 있는 되게 독특한 주거 형태거든요. 여러분들 서울에 오시면 아마 뒷골목에서 볼 수 있을 거예요. 말 그대로 반은 땅 밑에 있고 반은 땅 위에 있는 이게 주인공들의 심리 상태랑 비슷해요. 더 가난해질 것 같은 두려움과 더 햇빛 위로 땅 위로 솟구칠 것 같은 희망이 이제 동시에 엉켜 있는 그런 건데.
So the Kim family lives in a semi-basement home, which is a unique residential structure that exists in Korea. You will be able to see them in the back alleyways of Seoul. And literally, the house is half overground and half underground. And this really reflects the psychology of the Kim family because they're constantly in this fear that they might fall even below underground, but they, at the same time, they still feel hope that maybe perhaps they can go overground.
반지하 집은 뭐 하루에 햇빛이 드는 시간이 딱 하루에 매번 15분밖에 없는데 이 부잣집 박씨 가족이 사는 이 부잣집은 자연광이 아주 폭포처럼 쏟아져 들어오는 햇살에도 빈부격차가 있는 그런 것이죠. 이 부잣집은 아주 세련되고 모던한 집이에요. 이 유명한 아키텍트가 지은 집이죠. 그래서 이 박씨 부부의 되게 세련된 취향을 또 보여주는 그런 집이에요. 돈만 무식하고 돈만 많은 사람들이 아니에요. 아주 젊고 세련된 CEO죠. 네.
So in the semi-basement home, you only get 15 minutes of sunlight in a day. But on the contrary, with the rich family's house, they have abundant natural light. So even with sunlight, you see the gap between rich and poor. And their house is very sophisticated and modern. It's built by a very famous architect. And this shows how sophisticated this young rich couple is. They're not just greedy people who only pursue money. They care about having this fine, high-class taste.
It's a small point. Is the semi-basement home a real home? Did you build that? Because it looks like a real semi-basement that you then work in.
Everything looks very real. And actually, we built it. The semi-basement house and all the alley and all the neighborhood, we built it. And maybe I cannot say the reason here, but maybe if you watch the film, you can understand immediately why we all built it.
I want to ask you a question which you may well say that you don't want to answer, but I wonder if you could talk about the significance of the gift, which is very important and very symbolic and works through the film. Can you tell us anything about the gift and why that scene is there?
그 스콜라스톤 말하는 거지. 응. 산수경석 그게 이제 사실 한국 관객들도 그 장면 보면 되게 이상해. 어떻게 무슨 돌을 사실 이제 우리 아버지 세대 취미인데 그 돌을 컬렉팅 한다는 게 근데 젊은 애가 그걸 들고 오잖아요. 그래서 되게 사실 황당한 장면이고 주인공이 그거를 메타포리컬하다고 얘기를 한단 말이죠. 보통은 영화를 보고 난 무슨 평론가나 이런 사람들이 메타포리컬하다 해야 되는데 배우가 먼저 그거를 어나운스 해버리죠. 그래서 어쩌면 감독은 내가 감독이지만 어쩌면 감독은 이게 상징적이 되는 걸 원하지 않는 것 같은 느낌이 있어요. 네.
I picked up a few words there, but maybe I'm getting into the rhythm. But Sharon.
So the Scholar Stone was quite strange for Korean audiences as well. It was a part of our parents' generation to collect those stones as a hobby. So in the film, it's quite puzzling to see a young man bringing that stone as a gift to this family. And what's even stranger is you have the young protagonist saying, talking about how this stone is so metaphorical. And usually that's something a film critic would say after watching the film. But here you have the actor announcing it first and musing about how metaphorical this is. And I think for me as a film director, my intention was for the stone to maybe not seem so metaphorical.
Maybe.
Metaphorical was the word I understood in all that. You've always, Director Bong, you've always enjoyed mixing and matching genres and maybe subverting our expectations, and we think it's one thing and then it becomes something else. And again, I don't want to explain too much about the film, but it seems to me that it's black comedy and it's thriller and little bits of horror inflection. Am I right or am I wrong?
맞아요. 그렇게 볼 수 있어요. 블랙 코미디였다가 무서운 호러가 됐다가 또 약간 감정적인 그 이모셔널한 드라마로까지 막 흘러가죠. 근데 이 모든 게 사실 어떻게 보면은 제 나름의 리얼리즘 속에서 그냥 녹아들게 되기를 원했었어요. 뭐 시나리오를 쓸 때 뭐 페이지 1에서 34까지는 코미디야, 뭐 35에서 여기까지는 뭐 호러야, 뭐 이렇게 나눈 것도 아니고요. 배우들하고도 그런 얘기를 한 적이 없고. 단지 이 영화가 이제 인물들 배우들의 연기 톤도 사실적이고 또 뭐라 해야 되나 그 뚜렷한 빌런이나 히어로가 없어요. 그러니까 이게 누가 나쁜 놈이고 누가 착한 놈인지 애매하기 때문에 더더군다나 이렇게 영화의 톤 앤 매너도 자유롭게 흘러갈 수 있는 것 같아요.
So you are right. At some points, the film is a black comedy, and then it becomes a horror, and in some moments, it's a very emotional human drama. And I think I wanted all of these elements to mix in together in my own version of reality. Even when I was writing the script, it wasn't as if I declared that from page 1 to 34, it should be a comedy, and from page 35, it will become a horror. I didn't separate these elements within the story, and I didn't really discuss these different elements with the actors as well. And because the actors maintained a very realistic tone throughout the film, and also because the film doesn't have any clear villains or heroes, I think I was more free in shifting tones and different atmospheres.
When you got your standing ovation at Cannes, 8 minutes, I think, was the duration. Were you surprised?
Not surprised, but I was very hungry at the time, really.
Very hungry.
Yeah, because it was midnight. But me and all the crew members, the cast members, couldn't eat the dinner at the night because in the evening it's super busy. So we were very hungry and waiting for some midnight eating.
So you
outside,
wanted the applause to stop so that you could.
Yeah, because we have to eat something. But that, in that situation, 8 minutes feels like 8 hours. So each minute is. And I don't know why Thierry Frimo, the president in Cannes Festival, he gave me the microphone, and I shout, "Thank you, everyone. Let's go home." And
That's it.
Yeah, and then applause stops.
I'm hungry. I wonder if it translates well, because although it is very much a South Korean film, most of it it could be in London or Los Angeles or Paris. You know, the sentiments that you are
Yeah.
tapping into are international.
뭐 가난한 자 부자가 나오는 얘기고 우리 자본주의 시대를 사는 일상 얘기잖아요. 그리고 런던 집값이 그렇게 비싸다면서요. 저도 우연히 들은 얘기인데.
Yes, so it is a story about rich and poor, and it's about the daily life that we lead in this age of capitalism. And I also heard that in London, the housing prices are very high.
One final question, Director Bong. You worked with John Hurt on
Yeah.
Snowpiercer, and I know you recorded a message for the John Hurt Center, which opened in Norwich. And I just thought I would ask you just some thoughts about working with John Hurt, because he was a great actor.
Yeah, he was amazing. And 그 단순히 한 명의 배우인 게 아니라 그 스노우피어서라는 프로젝트 자체를 서포트해 주신 분이었어요. 그러니까 그 저의 최초의 이제 잉글리시 랭귀지 영화를 하는 거였는데 그런 면에 있어서도 제가 걱정도 많고 겁도 나고 했었는데 그런 것들 항상 저를 응원해 주고 격려해 주셨던 그런 따뜻한 사람이었고 또 모든 이제 틸다 스윈튼이나 크리스 에반스나 많은 이제 멀티 캐스팅 중에 가장 먼저 기차에 올라탄 분이 또 존 허트였죠. 많은 잊을 수 없는 추억들이 많이 있고요. 네.
So to me, John was not just one actor. He was someone who supported the entire Snowpiercer project. Snowpiercer was my first English language project, so I had a lot of concerns and a lot of fears, but he really encouraged me and provided warm support throughout the entire film. And of all the amazing actors that participated in Snowpiercer, like Tilda and Chris Evans, he was the first one to board the train. So I have a lot of great memories with John.
Yeah, on set, between the shootings, we did a great conversation. We talked a lot as a cinephile, and so you know he did many legendary works. He did Heaven's Gate and Elephant Man and the Alien. He's the first the human who bring the alien the chest burster from his chest, and we all. Always, 이거 너무 재밌는 얘기를 많이 나눴지 그런 거에 관해서. 그리고 촬영할 때 이제 나의 스토리보드나 촬영 방식을 보고 봉 너는 되게 히치코키아냐. 그래서 뭐 그런 얘기를 해주셨는데 근데 그 코멘트도 저한테는 되게 기쁜 영광스러운 거였고 많은 기억들이 있어요. 예.
So we had many fun conversations, and during shooting, he would look at my process and my storyboards, and he would tell me, Bong, you're Hitchcockian. And for me, that comment was such a joy and honor to hear.
Well, maybe when people have seen Parasite and they've enjoyed Parasite and they want some more, maybe we can get Snowpiercer out again, or for the first time in a lot of the UK.
Yeah, 그 이상한 이제 이유를 아직 정확히 알 수 없는데 모든 유럽에서 다 스노우피어서 개봉했는데 이제 UK에서만 개봉을 못했었거든요. 극장에서 한번 관객들을 만났으면 하는 바람이 아직도 있습니다.
I don't clearly know the reasons why, but Snowpiercer was released in all countries in Europe except the UK. I hope one day people here have the opportunity to see Snowpiercer on the big screen.
Director Bong, thank you very much indeed for your time. And Sharon, thank you.
Thank you.